What's going on, everyone? David here, back with another video. So today I'm just gonna do a quick little video sitting in my car. Obviously, we have a lot to talk about when it comes to what's gonna happen next when we're looking at the Build Back Better plan and the voting rights bill. We knew that wasn't going to pass, and it didn't pass a couple of days ago. So now I think they're starting to shift, and the shift is going to be on Build Back Better. And right now it looks like the way that they're talking about this right now, it looks like you're going to have a smaller Build Back Better plan, and they might actually rename it, which I think would be a good idea, because Build Back Better has been tarnished. So it's known as a failure now. So change the name. So they'll probably change the name, and they're not going to have as much in Build Back Better. Okay, I think, and this is my personal opinion, I think they went too hard on Build Back Better. They had too much stuff in there, and that just gave politicians a reason to say no. And so now I think they'll scale it down, and you'll have a smaller Build Back Better, smaller version of Build Back Better, and then they can start working on a bipartisan bill, working on some smaller bills that are bipartisan. I think that's going to be the plan, and hopefully it will work. The child tax credit, believe it or not, you have a few Republican senators that are on board when it comes to a child tax credit. Now, that means that you could try to work out a deal where you can have a piecemeal child tax credit on its own. And so we'll have to see if they go with that. We know that Mitt Romney is in favor of a child tax credit. We know that Susan Collins is also in favor of a child tax credit. Now, the specifics aren't out there, so we don't know exactly what they want in the child tax credit. But if you can have that as a standalone, there's a very good possibility to get that passed. And I know some people are saying, well, child tax credit, that doesn't help me in any way. But I think the child tax credit is good because it's a precursor to what could happen in the future. And if you have a child tax credit that's successful, well, then now you're going to hear calls for other programs just like a child tax credit. So maybe something for people who are on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, people on fixed income. You might have talk, you'll start hearing talk, and then they can say, you help children out of poverty, now we can focus on some of these other demographics. And so it's always good to see a program like the child tax credit be successful, because it can help others. So that's what I think they're going to start really looking into. Maybe some of the climate change stuff they've been talking about as well. Maybe have that in the actual Build Back Better, or the renamed Build Back Better plan, because some of these issues you're not going to be able to make it a bipartisan bill. So because you can't make it a bipartisan bill, that reconciliation, you still have the one reconciliation bill, get all the Democrats on board. Senator Manchin, Senator Sinema, get them on board with the things that they agree on. And then the things that they don't agree on, those are the things that you're going to need to negotiate with the rest of the Senate. When it comes to some Republicans, if you can get them on board, then now you can pass a bill. But you're still going to need 60 votes, and that's going to be the key there. Even if no matter how you look at it, if it's not a reconciliation bill, you're going to need 60 votes. You're going to need 10 Republicans to come on board. And now one of the other things that we need to look at, this is a midterm, so it's an election year, which means it could be good or bad, because you're going to have some pressure on Republicans to do something, but you're also going to have some pressure on Republicans not to try to help the Democrats. So this is where, I mean, it really comes down to a situation where even though the American people need things, you're going to have the two political parties fighting against each other and not wanting the other political party to look too strong or to get what they want. And the reality is, you have Republicans, Democrats, they don't want each other to look good, because if the other side looks good, then they fear that they're going to lose seats or gain seats. It's just, I mean, the way things are going right now, we're so divided as a country, and as you know, different political parties, it's really hard to get things done. So we'll have to see where everything goes, but as of right now, that's what we're looking at. We do have a lot of information coming out right now that they're saying they're going to make this smaller Build Back Better plan. We had Speaker Pelosi actually say that. President Biden has mentioned that as well. So they're really focused on, they want to still have Build Back Better, but they're going to make a small version and then start looking at some of these other bills that they can do and have some type of a piecemeal bill. Now, another thing that hasn't been mentioned executive orders. So executive orders are still out there, so the president can exercise that. But if it's something that has to do with spending, he's not going to be able to do an executive order for that. But certain other things he might be able to do an executive order for. The student loans, waiving student loans, the $10,000, that's something that the president can do. And so we'll have to see if he does move forward with that. It was mentioned in his press conference, and he didn't answer the question, which was kind of troubling. I mean, he answered, it was a two-part question. He didn't answer that part of the question. So I'm sure it'll be raised again, and they're going to continue to talk about the whole student loan waiving $10,000 or waiving some part of student loans. So we'll have to see where they go with that as well. But as of right now, that's what we're looking at. We don't have much concrete information on what's going to be in Build Back Better, and we don't have any information on the standalone bills that they're going to start talking about, as well as one other thing. Stimulus package. They are talking about doing a stimulus package in February. Right now, as of right now, and I said this in previous videos, they're not talking about stimulus checks in this package. They're just talking about money for businesses. That doesn't mean that stimulus checks won't be in here. That just means that right now they're not talking about it, and you're going to have some politicians start talking about stimulus checks in order for them to be in this stimulus package. But it looks like right now they're planning on having another stimulus package, so we'll just have to see where that goes. So there's a lot of stuff on the table right now. Stimulus package, Build Back Better, standalone bills. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.